Hey, good morning out there, you 150,000 beautiful souls. Sarasota Tim coming to you from inside the Crusher, cruising down here in Manatee, Sarasota County, looking for some coffee. I had a cup already, so you can tell I'm all fired up, but had to wait on the missus this morning to put on her paint and get all ready so she can face anybody. If we were just going to go out and exercise, she wouldn't go through all that, but she's picking up her car, and so, to go in and talk to somebody, she's got to do it all up. I respect her for that. So a little late this morning getting out morning chat, and then she's going to go get her nails and pedicure done that I paid for her to do for her birthday. That's right, Tammy's birthday, and she doesn't like the attention because it isn't just a number to her. She's not one of those kind. But anyway, she's going to spoil herself this morning, and we're all alone. And I'm going to be all alone probably tomorrow as she goes over to see her kids, and they spoil her with the monumental birthday number. Every year is monumental, but I guess they think this is a big one. So they want to do all kinds of stuff, and something about scheduling a mammogram. She's, still got her insurance is over there. Speaking of which, I'm not in. You got to get, Medicare is the final word. These agents don't say, but the way it works is when you, like someone in comments was confused that I might not be accepted for my new PPO plan, when the fact there's no issue at all, because that's only if you're trying to go into a supplement plan or out of a supplement plan to an Advantage plan. There's never an issue with joining an Advantage plan regardless of your health. There's no health questionnaire. That's only when you move from one to traditional Medicare, or vice versa, I think. But you always have the option to transfer your insurance if you change your address, because you can actually be unenrolled if you don't. Who's this? Who is this? Oh, another spam call. You ever get all the spam calls? Anyway, so yeah, anytime during the year that's not the open enrollment period from October 15th, I think, what is this guy doing? Move it, buddy. Let's move it. Don't you know I need some coffee? I mean, God, there's nobody in front of this guy. I'm all hopped up. So, because I changed my address, and I was going to stay with the same HMO plan I had, and it's working fine for me, other than the fact that, when I was in Laughlin, I had to, there's a big store that is dedicated to Trump material. Flags, hats, shirts. Guys got all kind of stuff out there flying. That's the only issue with the HMO. You got to go within your network. So, I don't think the people that have an HMO that go on vacation regret that they don't have a PPO or a G plan, because, you get sick, you can go to urgent care or whatever, but you can always return home if you had some kind of major thing. But if you're constantly traveling, or you're like a Floridian snowbird that I'm going to be, and you spend months away from home, then you do need to consider having a plan. And what better plan? I didn't even know about it until JV told me about what he's got. an Advantage plan that is absolutely free, and a go around. I'm trying to get my thoughts together here as I pull into McDonald's for a senior coffee. So this is almost like a G plan. The difference in the G plan, the supplement plan that I don't elect to take because it's expensive, is that plan can cost you $4,000 to $6,000 a year whether you're sick or not. Hang on a minute. No zings this morning. And no, thank you. Yes, can I get a senior coffee with 2 and 2? That'll be all. Thank you. Thank you. So, $4,000 to $6,000 a year, and I know people say, "Well, I got one that's $65 a month for my G plan." I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm saying that's. Look, you get something like that, keep it, take it. You know, you're still paying the $175 though out of your Part B. And not all plans, even Advantage plans, have a give back program. You know, where I get that $150 or $165 put back into my. So I can buy an awful lot of copays of $5, $20, $45 to a specialist with the plan I got, by the $165 a month that they give me back. So I think I got a great plan, and I can go anywhere in the country. 55,000 participants based on, oh, hang on. I'll turn that beep off for you guys. 106. All right. How's your morning going?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. There you go.
Thank you. You want your receipt?
Can't afford it.
Have a nice day.
Is there anybody behind me?
No.
Oh, too bad for them.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. So, sorry about the beeping. Yeah, the HMO that I was on had 2,000 participants. Hey, thanks. Have a great day. The PPO plan that I've got, I was informed by my agent that there's 55,000 participants. Go ahead, buddy. All right. So that's almost like a G plan. See, a G plan is you can go into any doctor basically in America that accepts Medicare, and he treats you. He's going to treat you most likely. And aside from a $250 annual deductible that hasn't been around that many years, it used to be nothing. You cover that. You know, co-pays and whatever. You don't pay $250, the first $250, and you never see a bill of any kind. So that's what that is. But you see a bill every month when they take that $100 to $300 a month from you for the Plan G plus the dental, the vision, the hearing, and then you lose. There's no such thing as a give back program, so you're going to be paying that Part B $175 out of your Social Security. So I mean, add it up, folks. It's a lot of money. And I got a new statistic for you this morning. I had some comment this morning. I removed it because it was kind of rude, so I had to remove it for that reason. But he went into this long, he or she, dissertation to prove me wrong about collecting Social Security at 62. And I mean, I trailed off. It was so much reading. If you leave a comment that's 3-4 paragraphs long, I generally trail off. But I tried to read it, and it was a bunch of double talk is all it was. I haven't met but 3 people in my entire life that waited past the age of 62. The reason that so many people are collecting at 62 now is they just didn't have any idea they could get it then. They thought they had to be 65. A lot of people didn't even know. So I decided to do another Google search. You know, the one like the average age and the average income is only 35 grand, and the average age for a male is only 73. Yeah, everybody's dying. So, you wait till you're 65 or 67 and, you collect one check or you don't collect it all. Folks, this is not doom and gloom. I'm just pointing out the facts. Who was it? Phil Donahue died the other day. I mean, people are dying. People are dying from 50 years old, folks. At 50, a lot of people are getting these heart attacks, going to the darn doctor, cancer, all these foods we're eating. You know it. I got my foot on the, my knee on the steering wheel. Yeah, I got skills. So, oh yeah, McDonald's coffee is the best. It's hot, delicious, 2 cream, 2 sugar, in a paper cup. Hang on. Wow. That's the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. It really is good. I love their coffee. Thanks for telling me that you can buy this at Walmart. So I decided to do another Google search. Google don't lie. Everything you read online is true. But it was very interesting this morning to glean this information. My question was, how many people that start Social Security what's the percentage of people that start collecting Social Security at 62? The first number I read was alarming to me. It said 27.4%. I said, that's all? Oh, wow. And then there were, of the 100%, there were a few percent stolen from the 100% from each year after that. Very, very low percentages at 63, 64, 65. Then at 66, what I say the first one was 27.3%, okay? 27 point. I know it's more than that now, since I made my videos. At 66 was the next biggest number, 24 point something, 3% less. So more people are taking it at 62 than at 66. And the difference was, $700 average check amount. That's the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. And then there was a 10% that collected at 70. And you know who these people are, right? That are collecting at 70 and later in life. You know who they are, right? They're rich people. They're rich people. That's exactly who they are. Anybody that waits till 70 years old to start their Social Security obviously doesn't need it. So, and you don't get another penny by waiting any longer. They probably would if they thought they could. They got so much money. But 62 is 27 point something percent. I'll guarantee you it's higher than that. And the only reason that number, in my opinion, isn't higher already is because of the enlightenment that people, I've read it dozens of times, where people not only didn't know they could collect at 62, but they weren't aware of the math about how you get more money until you reach like the ripe old age of 80 years old. Do you ever see more money that you would have left on the table by not collecting? So that was the biggest, thing that made people say, huh? I'm collecting at 62 then, because nobody's promised tomorrow. And you got to go all the way to 80 to start seeing more money. Well, what if you lived to 90? Well, what if a frog had wings? He wouldn't bump his butt. If. What are you going to be doing at 80? Anyway, another reason that people don't collect at 62, and this is a fair statement and an honest statement. People at 62, I read it in the comments, they know they can collect Social Security. They were aware of it, but they were also aware that if they quit their job and started collecting it, that they would have no insurance. And they are people that have issues, health issues. And so they don't even think about it. Or they're people that have no health issues. They're relatively healthy, like myself, but they worry. They worry that they could have a health issue. What if? And then you have a segment of people that just didn't know they could collect at 62. But the people that found out that you get more money are starting to jump on board. And the people that are like relatively healthy that understand about Obamacare and COBRA and individual catastrophic personal health insurance policies you can take, and urgent care and payment plans and are starting to see, look, you get one contract in life. I'm going to take advantage of the silver sneakers and the other. Well, no. Back up, Baker. That only comes with Medicare. But they're going to join a gym, pay the $10 at Planet Fitness or whatever. They're going to eat right. They're going to do what they can, walk every day. And they do help, even though nobody's guaranteed another day. When it's your time, it's your time. But you can, quit smoking, quit drinking, quit eating so much. Start walking, start running. You can do a lot of things to improve your health. And let anybody tell you that has had a health bout, say a minor stroke or something, oh man, they're walking every day now. They're watching what they eat. They get diverticulitis, they get Crohn's disease, they get something. They're more cognizant instead of throwing caution to the wind. You say, Tim, where are you going? I'm going right here to the Ringling Bridge. I'm going to walk the bridge with you guys. We got a lot more to talk about. Morning chat, baby. But let me just keep on this 62 Social Security, the 27%. Okay. So you see, more people than not collect it. And the ones that wait is mainly because they're rich. They really are. When I say rich, I mean, first of all, there's no middle class, so you got to be rich. The disparity between incomes today is the haves and the have-nots. I'm sorry to say it. But some people are doing pretty well without being super wealthy. So they just wait. They really don't need it. And they're waiting on that insurance. That's what they're waiting on. So that's that. And then the Medicare, get back to my policy. I Googled that. Did you know that over half of all 65-year-olds on that start their Medicare, which you have to at 65, if you're still working, you have to report that you have health insurance to the Social Security office, and it has to be a policy that has more than 10 full-time employees, or you must sign up for Part B. But anyway, that's another video for another day. So more people than not go with Advantage Medicare, Advantage plan, free plan. That's right. That's the plan I got. Now, let me tell you, that plan I got, that I can go anywhere, almost like a G plan. I do have my co-pays and whatever. I don't need a referral. I can, I've got 55,000 recipients. And here's how it works compared to the G plan. If you call up a doctor that takes Medicare, but he doesn't take or contracted with my insurance company, but he has to bill them, and they would pay him. He's called out of network. Well, guess what? I don't pay any more for my copay. My in and out of network on my plan is the same copay, $45 to a specialist, which is a little bit higher than the HMO plan, because you have to go to like only a smaller network. They can be as low as 5, 10, 20, 15, 35. So 45, it's what it is. But you got to remember, I'm getting that $165 back every month. And whether I go to a doctor or not, I'm getting that money. And, there's my copays if I ever need to go to see a specialist, which I'm going to for my eyes. And I've always got some skin thing going on. But anyway, over half to have the Advantage plan. And if they're willing to see you and bill Aetna, AARP, Humana, whoever it is that you're with on a PPO, see, because you got a PPO, that's the first thing they'll ask you. Is it HMO or PPO? If it's HMO, a lot of times they'll say, no, we don't take that. But if it's PPO and they want this, and all they got to do is requisition it, it's probably a pretty good chance. But with 55,000 participants that are contracted with my insurance company, that don't have to make the decision, that they already do take it. So I'm golden, man. I'm golden. And I'm probably going to find anywhere I go when I travel, like someone pointed out, that really kind of gave me the epiphany, is when I was in Laughlin or Bullhead City. Oh, that's good coffee. And I just wanted to go get my eye pressure checked instead of driving across the country or flying back, like some of you suggested. That would be cheaper than the gas, just to go in and have an eye exam. I could have paid probably a urgent care or something just to check the eye pressure, if there was anything like that. But I could have called a doctor there, in or out of network, and said, hook me up. I didn't need to call my primary. I didn't need to do anything. I won't need to do that anymore. But I'm still on the free plan. Oh, I love it. I just love it. And, I explained to my insurance agent, I said, well, I'm not going to possibly be at this address, very long or permanently. I might go somewhere else. I might travel. I might move somewhere else. I might get a house. I might buy a house. I might buy a villa. Who knows? In the next year or so, in the next few months, whenever it presents itself, tomorrow. And I was told, she told me, that anytime you are actually moving, you can change your insurance, your Medicare plan. You have that right. You must do it. So you don't have to wait for open enrollment. However, you take a chance that that zip code you go to will be a different plan, a lower or no give back, and everything else. In fact, this insurance that I have, where I'm currently at, is the only PPO with the give back. Not the only PPO, but the only one with the give back. I'm just so fortunate. And so, since I've been on Medicare, when I first got on Social Security at 62, I took Obamacare out. And then I canceled it. And then I went without again, like I did most of my life. And then I got to be 65 and got it last year, Medicare. And I got the kickback. I never lost my Part B money yet. And then I came over here and it was going to be a little bit less. I was going to stay on an HMO. And then I got to talking to JV and he's got a PPO. But it's also the Advantage plan. I said, how does it work? Why does it cost you anything if you can go anywhere? It was scratching my head. And I know a lot about it. I've studied it pretty good. I've made a lot of videos on it. More on Social Security than the Medicare, but I'm a quick study. So I started looking and, talking, and I talked to an official licensed agent, and now I'm repeating what was given to me from a long-time licensed insurance person. And so there it is. So even if you have to pay your $175, which goes up every year, our Part B goes up a little bit. I remember when it was like $150, $140, and it's gone up to $175 now. Even if you have to pay that, and you can get a free Medicare policy, an Advantage plan that's a PPO, you go to a doctor, you don't like him, call up another one. You need to see a specialist, call him up, make an appointment, pay your copay, pay your co-insurance. The maximum out of pocket I have is $6,500, and then something about $9,500 between in and out of network doctors. So how do you ever pay this big number of $6,000? Never? Well, of course it's possible. That is accumulation of copays and coinsurance. Okay? It's just like my prescriptions. They're free. They have tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 being a very expensive drug. In that case, on my policy, I pay 100% of the cost of that drug up to $350. If that was some drug that I had to start taking each year from day one, I would pay, let's say it costs $175 for a bottle of something. I would pay that, and then I would pay the next one. And then when I reached $350 and I had to keep taking them all year, I wouldn't pay any more after that. But if I'm getting $165 back every month on my Social Security, and I don't have to pay that, and the policy itself is free, that's good. And the $6,500 MOOP, maximum out of pocket, is if something, I went in the hospital. Outpatient surgery, they whack off something, I get the eye surgery I got, and they send me home, all these outpatient things, which is most of it. The in-hospital deal is a major thing where you have to stay in the hospital. The cost is $305 or $350 a day for 7 days. A couple of grand. And then after that, no charge. Even with the HMO, an in-hospital deal was $205 or $50 a day. So it's negligible. A little less, but for 7 days and then free. Under my current plan, an MRI, a CAT scan, all those things, $250. Good news, the insurance person that was so knowledgeable said, that's in the hospital. If you go to a freestanding imaging place, and they're everywhere, it's $105 or $150 for a scan. So you say, well, you still get nickel and dimed, right, for these things. Well, how many times have you gotten a CAT scan, a C scan? I never had one in my life. Or how many times you go to a doctor and pay a $45 specialist a copay? I'll probably see him once or twice in the year and I'm done. These don't amount to nothing. But when you have a supplement plan, and I'm not dogging it, because if you got the money, and it gives you that peace of mind that any door you go to that accepts Medicare, you show them your little card, and after you've met your $250 annual deductible, there's no other, you don't ever have to worry about a bill. Well, people that are on the Advantage plan, people like to say in comments, some people, oh, they're going to let you die. They won't, they don't care about your health. I want a doctor to control my health, not a insurance company. They don't want to pay. They're slow pay. My mom did this. My uncle did that. He died. He lost his liver because they Took 5 more minutes to approve his deal and all that stuff. And I'm not making light of any of that if it's true. And it could be. And that could be with other insurance companies. And it might be because you're in a rural area. I don't know what the reasons were. But I can tell you, folks, insurance companies are there to make money. And they just want to make sure they're not being gaffed by some doctor recommending something that you don't need. Where in traditional Medicare, doctors know that the government, they don't have anybody overseeing any of this. There's billions of dollars every year, your tax-paying dollars, are frauded from the government, from doctors and hospitals, by creating services, billing codes that weren't necessary. That's why it's the 3rd leading cause of death in the country, is going to the darn doctor. They want to usurp. Folks, they became a doctor to make money. They don't give a rip today about your health. I say that respectfully. Lawyers, they don't care whether you hurt your back. How much money can we get that I get a piece of? These ambulance chasers. It's a money thing. It's a business. So what's the best deal for you? Well, the best deal for you is not to pay the government that's getting ripped off by these doctors every day $100 to $300 a month for a G plan, and you're a healthy person, and you can have an insurance plan. You don't have to be without it. It's free. Even if you don't get a kickback and you pay the $175, that's cheaper than paying $175 plus hearing, plus dental, plus vision, plus the plan. And your $250. And every year that goes by, let's say 3, 4, 5 years, you start at 65, you're a healthy individual like me, you never use it. But you heard about the disadvantage plan. So you say, oh no, I'm not going that way. No. Let me get the one. How much is it? All right. And then 5 years later, you're out 30 grand, 20 grand, whatever. Lots of grands. And you go, I didn't even go to the doctor. Or I went 2 or 3 times and I got an antibiotic. This is crazy. So take those fun facts. And when you're 65 and you're going to get on Medicare, you just have to ask yourself, can I afford? It's like the people that wait on collecting Social Security at 66. They're rich. Because you're going to have to live to be 80 to ever see more money. They think that it's fun to get $700, $800 more money every month by waiting 5 years than to collect today, because they really don't even need it. Obviously. Or they'd be signing up like 30% almost of Americans do. And the reason there's not more is because they don't know. They're afraid of being without health insurance because they do have health issues. They are in debt and cannot afford to quit their prison job right now and to take Social Security. There's all these reasons. Otherwise, anybody that was debt-free, healthy, and wanted to live a life that's adventurous and like, I'm tired of that rat race. They don't have that job that they've been at already for 20 years, and they're working on their 401, their pension. Most people don't have that, folks. Most people are working stiffs, and they have had multiple careers in their life, or they were self-employed like myself. And when they reach 62 and they can get a free check, I call it a free check, your money that you paid in, then, why not? All right, it's $600 or $700 less. They give you that incentive so you don't take it. Don't you get it? They don't want you to take it, because the more years and the more people that take it at 62, the longer they got to pay out. And right now they're complaining about, and don't listen to that noise, it's going to run out of money, or it's going to end or go bankrupt and all that. They did it. That's your government. They could have protected that, and they will. or there'll be a revolution. They use that scare tactic on every election. So, but we are in a position. Now, I don't want to get off into politics because I don't want to go there, but Lord have mercy. I never seen anything in my life like the disparaging, hateful bickering back and forth rather than talking policies and about the country and what they can do for us, the people that we put there that work for us, the ones that are supposed to be building these darn roads and fixing these potholes that work for us are wearing $5,000-$10,000 suits and sitting up there on TV talking about nonsense. The hypocrisy is over the charts on both sides. And then that crazy media, I'm not going to go there, but I'm just going to say, they got so many millions of people fooled, folks. I feel so blessed that I see it. I feel so cool that I know how the man pulls the rabbit out of the hat. I can never be fooled again. I know how he does it. You know, if you know how they do it, you know how they do it. When you don't know something and you don't understand it, you just have to go on what you think or what they're telling you. But when you are aware and you have an epiphany and you see the angle, you see that's a means to an end. You just can't. Every commercial I see on TV, everybody that talk, I can't be fooled. I can be fooled, but I can't be fooled that easily anymore. I don't trust a word any of them say. And I can see what they're doing. But we do have a democracy, a republic, and we do have to vote. And whether it even counts or it's worth it or not, you can't not do it. Because if you don't do it, zip it. You got no room to say anything. But what you're saying doesn't do any good either, because, you know, what is it? You know the ones that are talking on this side in the media? You know who they're talking to? And the ones over here? You know who they're talking to? Themselves. Because these people aren't listening to them. These people aren't listening to those. It's like an echo chamber. They're just talking to each other. It's so silly. But anyway, it is entertaining, I guess, for some. But it's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous to allow that kind of crap in your mind. And the more they put that in your head, and the more you get squeezed out the positive and the love and the kind and the godly thoughts, and you start to take over and turn into a dark, black soul, and you get brainwashed, that is sad. That's like becoming unhealthy. And that will give you bad health. Absolutely. The stress of worrying about everything they say, that the world's going to end tomorrow. All right. Enough morning chat. I think you can tell that this is the best cup of caffeine you ever had in your life. So I'm going to get out here and walk the bridge. We'll make another video, and I'll show you the scenery. I'm going to get a little exercise. Like I say, she's getting her nails done and pedicure. And then I'll go to LA Fitness and continue working on my bis and tris and chest and arms and fingers and all that. I'm doing that. I'm excited about that. I'm feeling good. You know, I took my medicine. I kind of even forgot I was sick because I'm so fortunately rebounded in my health, like I always have been. And I'm eating things that not the best and not the worst, but I kind of forget, you know, like, hey, you know, should I be scared? If I eat that, I'm going to get that again. And, you know, I'm going to be careful, but I'm doing good. I'm really doing good. I'm really excited about the insurance. I'm excited about life. Golf is coming. Travel will continue. I have a home on wheels. I have a crusher, and it can pull that home. I'm very excited and miss already the Love's truck stops, the traveling, the meeting people, seeing different types of terrain. But I don't want to go anywhere in this country right now because it is so blaming hot. Texas, Nevada, Arizona, Tennessee, hot Atlanta. It's hot, folks. It's not the time to be moving around. This was supposed to be a time I was supposed to be in Oregon or Washington or Alaska. Somewhere. San Diego would be nice. It's always nice there. Where the weather, you're ignorant of this miserable heat, this humidity, and then the dry desert scorching heat of Nevada and Arizona. So here I am, and when it gets cooler, it's going to be beautiful here, but it'll also be beautiful around the country. And you don't want to get either out of here too late in the winter, because then you can't travel, because even in places like going through Flagstaff in Arizona, you're going to have snow on the roads. So it's like these windows of time you've got to travel. But I'm going to start planning around it. And these are all the things that I hope to do in my life before the Lord calls me home. And while I still have this energy, this drive to hook it up and to crush it